Start. Good morning, good afternoon, Triton Nation. I'm Hugo Minar here today, filling in for the voice of the Tritons, Dan Peatfish, who is out for today. Not quite sure where he is, but he didn't make the travel. We're here in Minnesota, beautiful day, perfect conditions for rugby. Call it about 60, 65 degrees, I believe. Yeah. Not a breath of wind. Beautiful conditions. Today's Triton lineup. We've got Lane Prusner, Garrett Sanders, cricket hooker, Elijah Hayes at the other prop, Philip Woodhouse at lock, Tuya Tupawala at other lock, Dakota Southworth, flank with Michael Carnes, Alec at the back of the pack. Then at 9 we've got Liam Jason, 10 Reese Smith, 11 Gregor Gole, 12 we have Vians Vano, Tony Robinson at 13, Jaden Smith at 14, and Malachi Vantagiado at the back. Please excuse any South African analogies I might use today. That looks like Dakota Southworth taking it up the middle. Liam Jason giving it wide. Philip Woodhouse making meters, crossing that advantage line effectively. Jason getting it out wide. Elijah Hayes carrying strong outside shoulder line break. Minnesota fly-off has a lot of work to do to get out of there. Yeah. Give me that. Wide ball, Vians Vano use hands. Malachi Vantagiado uses his hand, carrying well. Trident's first to the breakdown. Good continuous rugby there. Liam Jason looking to find Reese Smith. Reese Smith will hit Garrett Sanders Crook up the middle. Great lead carry there by Garrett Sanders Crook, hailing down all the way from England. Reese Smith feeds it wide to Lane Prusner, attacking the outside shoulder. Offload, incomplete. It'll be a turnover ball for Minnesota. Minnesota's 15, attacking hard and effectively. Their wing take it hard. Michael Carnes putting his head in the propeller, making hits as usual. Dakota Southworth working hard on the D. Minnesota met by a hard, fast-working Triton defense. Tritons will look to go wide. Great line speed there from the Tritons. Reese Smith, the dump tackle, perhaps over 180. Lifted over the horizontal. Ref's giving him a talking to. I don't think he's going to go to the pocket. Just a stern talking to. Reese Smith very apologetic. Just be the penalty. And Minnesota fails to find touch. Jaden Williams found touch just out. Jaden catching it just out. Not Jaden Smith. Where am I getting Jaden Smith from? I'm joined today in the AV crew with Javier Sanchez filming today's match. Missed tackle from Vians Vano allows Minnesota to exploit the outside. Reese Smith to make the cover tackle. Minnesota looking hungry for some points. Tony Robinson making the hit out. Great cover tackle, but it'll be a penalty. Offside, Tritons. Minnesota's urging at the line. Scraping the barrel. Hammering at the nail. Minnesota hooker will look to play 10. 10 looks to go wide. They've got numbers. Woodhouse making a covering tackle. Hits the forward pod short and Can't see who that is. Dakota Southwark making a leg chop tackle. Good try line defense from the Tritons. Minnesota pounding away at the try line, using their forwards. Tritons being a nuisance at the breakdown. Good try line defense. Minnesota goes low again. Throbbing away. Minnesota not finding a way. Access denied from the Tritons. Short again. Try line D. Effective from the Tritons. Pushing them out. Heaps of line speed. Lovely defense from the Tritons. Taking them back. Yard by yard. A double tackle there. Woodhouse and Gole. Penalty Tritons. Great outcome from the boys. Takes a lot of hard work to defend for about 10 phases like that on the try line. So they'll be happy with that. Reece Smith will look to fine touch here. I got it. Reece Smith finding touch about 25 metres out. Trident's line out. They'll be looking to hold the ball here. Perhaps exit clean. Tritons have a few fans out here today. Coming from home. Liam Jason feeds Alec Johnson. Alec Johnson attacks the outside shoulder. Trucks one. Liam Jason, Reece Smith gets it to Viance Vano, looking to use his feet. Twinkle toes. Elijah Hayes carrying hard. Usually breaks the advantage line. And he does it again. Unstoppable, the big lad. Tridents have numbers wide. Can they use them? Hit the forward punch short. Reece Smith will be looking to go wide here. Liam Jason. Service. Service. There we go. Hands will do. Viance Varno with a little dummy. Show and go. How's your father? Greg Gole. Breaking. Tackles. Beautiful. Straight arm. Trucking a defender. They're heading forward pod. Tuya, Tupuola carrying hard. Liam Jason quick to the breakdown. Tritons urging at the line. It's a good quick ball. Reece Smith will appreciate that. Goes over the top to Jaden Williams. Great ball, and it's called forward by the ref. Forward pass from Reece Smith. Right idea to go over the top. Nice fast running rugby from the Tridents. Exactly why we play the game. Love to see that. It's a good structured piece of attack there from the Tridents. Just need to hold on to the ball. 2 phases longer in that goal zone. Great covering tackle. Dakota Southworth back at the scrum. Again, he's all over the park. Very hungry for work on defense. Dakota Southworth. And Minnesota will look to exit out about 30 meters out. Closer, 25. Iowa Central to feed. Bano! Garrett Sanders Crook looks to go to Tupuola. I can't find him. Minnesota picks up from the back. Turnover ball. Tritons need a spread. Minnesota looks to go wide, exploit the outside. Tony peeks in. Michael Carnes. Tackle over the horizontal. Michael Carnes making the tackle, lifting him over the 180-degree line. Illegal tackle. That's the tried and second one for the day. And the next one could very likely be a card. Lucky to get away with 2. For those of you that don't know, as soon as the body lifts over the horizontal line, parallel to the ground, it's a penalty at least and a red card at most. Just safety of the game. Concussion prevention as well. A lot of players land on their heads, and that's generally where cards come out when the players land on their heads. Minnesota defeating the lineouts on the 40. Turnover, Philip Woodhouse with a good take. Garrett Sanders Crook carries hard, outside shoulder, takes in hard, and a great thumping leg carry there. Liam Jason looks for Reese Smith. Good line speed from Minnesota. Reese Smith breaking 2 tackles. Liam Jason will snap it back to the right. Tritons looking for some continuous rugby. The space out wide on the right. Woodhouse carrying hard on the outside. Liam Jason slowing it down a bit, looking for Dakota Southworth. Dakota Southworth! Hitting hard! Great truck! Dakota Southworth! Dakota Southworth, one to beat! Goes down with an offload. Garrett Sanders Crook. Tempered, just short of the line. Penalty, Tritons. I think the call is coming from the side. Great rugby. Reese Smith, tap and go. He's looking to make it himself. Over he goes. Caught the Minnesota team napping and took full advantage of that. Reese Smith darting down. I think that's his 5th or 6th of the season, and looks to convert from a wideish angle. Wind slightly against him. Jeez, does he look good in that scrum cap. Dakota Southworth having a cracking game today. Dakota Southworth on about 4 line breaks already. Reese Smith looking to convert from out wide. About 78-80% of the tee this year so far. A good strike and straight through the middle. Add that to his tally. Gorgeous kick from Reese Smith. Time. Hey? Someone have the time? How long has the camera been on for? This is 183. Oh, that's left.
We've been going on since kickoff.
1 minute. Right.
We've been going on since kickoff.
Oh, but our times is 1 hour 33. That doesn't make sense. Iowa Central receives the kickoff. Good jump there from the forwards. Liam Jason looking to feed Elijah Hayes. Also been effective today at the line. Very hard to tackle. Need at least three lads to get him down. Liam Jason feeds Reese Smith. Reese Smith playing cricket goal. Vian Svana on the short. Not held. Makes scoops an extra meter or 2. Liam Jason feeding Michael Carnes. Getting hit back by a big, hungry Minnesota defender. He's been good on defence, that Minnesota number 2. Philip Woodhouse gives it to Reese Smith out the back. Reese Smith with a little dummy show and go in a line break. He'll look to show and go again with the dummy and decides to hold it. Vian Svana looking to go but gets rucked over. Garrett Sanders crook. Feeding Elijah Hayes trying to snatch it with one hand. Couldn't quite grab that one. Triton's breaking the line effectively. He needs to look to slow it down, keep up the patience. Minnesota defeated the scrum. Scrum gets collapsed. Minnesota's got a pretty monstrous front row. Both packs are going at it. Got a voluptuous impact there. Minnesota have set a 2-4 backline spread, and they'll look to go right to their fullback. Also been quite good on the counter attack today. Puts a little grubber through. Looks like Michael Carnes is covering it. Michael Carnes has some work to do. Carnes decides to go around but gets wrapped up. Very isolated. Not held so he could continue running. Good work for Michael Carnes there. Buy some time for Liam Jason to get there. Feeds Reese Smith. Reese Smith will hit Philip Woodhouse. Hits outside shoulder. Good contact continuity. Reese Smith wants it one more down the right hand side. Goes around the outside. Good handoff by Reese Smith. Dummies the kick. Offload. Fiance Varno. Good pickup. Varno's got a little space. Looking for Gregor Gorley. Well wrapped up by Minnesota there. And knocked on. Ref doesn't play advantage there because Gregor Gorley managed to get a hold of it. Another beautiful line break from the Tritons. Pioneered by Reese Smith, the fly-off. I'm sure there's a couple of chirps going on amongst the forwards at this stage. Inside of the scrum's not a place you want to be. Turnover ball, it's a tight hit by the Tritons. Alec Johnson picks up, handing off a few defenders, straightening up very well. Takes 3 to get him down. Hard run there by Johnson, all the way from New Zealand. Reese Smith looks for the dink over the top. Just peeks into touch. Good idea from Reese Smith there. Playing an outstanding game so far. Dakota Southwark takes it, and Tritons will look to maul this one. Holding it well at the back of the line is Garrett Sanders Crook. Minnesota's collapsing the maul. Garrett Sanders Crook's trying to drive his way over. Can't get it down. Ref calls for the hold up. It'll be a 5-meter scrum. They did collapse the scrum, so should have been penalty advantage, but obviously the rules were interpreted in a different manner there. Could have called it as a sack. Be interesting to see what the Tritons do with this set piece ball. See what Reece Smith has up his sleeve. Jason feeds to Smith. Smith out the back to Vantagiano, the Italian stallion, carrying hard. Liam Jason feeds to Philip Woodhouse, also having a good game so far. Offload, Garrett Sanders-Crook trying to carry over. Dots down, 5-pointer. Garrett Sanders-Crook assisted by Philip Woodhouse, having a, knock on. Thought he dotted it. My eyesight's clearly not too good today. Knock on. Good defense here by Minnesota on the try line, hustling to get back. Pressure D, did well. Philip Woodhouse having a great game today. Minnesota feeds to the 10. It looks like it grubbers it out. About 20 meters out. Tritons feed at the line out. Set piece time. They've looked dangerous so far. Let's see how they utilize this line out. Garrett Sanders-Crook to throw. A slight breeze starting to gust through. Crook goes down the middle and it's a line out lost for the Tritons. Minnesota on the turnover. Minnesota looks for the dink through. Grubbers down. Vantagiano. Look for Tony Robinson. Tony Robinson slipping. It's a little bit. Fullback's falling over and trying to steal. Diving over. Great call by the ref. 15 just couldn't keep his feet when trying to steal. You have to stay on your feet and support your body weight in cases like that. Reece Smith will look to knock it into touch. About 5 out. Yeah, line out about 5 out from the line. Set piece Tridents. They have another chance. Garrett Sanders-Crook to throw. Titans opt to go front to Dakota Southworth. They'll look to maul it now. The maul's rolling. Garrett Sanders-Crook has it at the back. Collapse maul again. Ball's out, ref calls. Reece Smith inside ball to Tony Robinson. Tony Robinson dots down. 5-pointer. Tony Robinson. Shout out to the Florida boys. Tony Robinson. Nice line. Good read by Reece Smith. Saw the little gap opening on the inside. Very nice. I think you take that. V. Reece Smith will look to add the 2. Head down, follow. Ooh, Reece Smith misses slightly to the right. Maybe rushed it a little bit. He just rushed it a little bit. Seen Reece Smith do that in his sleep with his left foot before. Running the game well. Really being the general today, Reece Smith. Minnesota opts to go short. Alec Johnson takes it. Liam Johnson looking blind. He's got a forward pod waiting just outside of him. Lane Prusner gives it off to Philip Woodhouse. Woodhouse gives it back inside. Trident's on a loose ball. Touch judge calls out. Once again, Tritons maybe need to start holding the 50-50. Slightly impatient. Chef. The 50-50. The 50-50. I mean, when you chat, like, just sometimes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I already said that. Yes. Yes. No, I mean the 50-50 offload. Me.
Hey, Chef, I'm right here.
There's a slight injury on the far side. Looks like Lane Prusner. Prusner's got a bit of an ankle. Looks like his ankle, possibly knee. I'm not too sure. Big loss for the Tritons. A very, very beautiful day out here in Minnesota. Not a cloud in the sky. Lane Prusner looks like he's in agony. We wish him all the best.
Try to keep words from agony. Like, just. Sorry, that's just a nick of mine. Don't mention the injury at all.
What?
No, never mind.
What? Minnesota looks to go wide. Minnesota 15, taking it in hard. Wrapped up by Vian Svano. Minnesota with the pick and go. Tritons looking to steal. Great steal. Minnesota holding on. Stolen goods by Gregor Gole.
Thanks, coach.
Reece Smith will look to fine touch. Hoofs it out at about the 10. 40 out from the try line. Garrett Sanders crook to throw in. Looks to feed Dakota Southworth. The middle jump. Liam Jason feeds to Alec Johnson. Alec Johnson getting over the advantage line. Clean ball for Liam Jason. Reece Smith. Reece Smith feeding wide to Malachi Vintagiato. Quick hands. Jaden Williams on the wing. Using his feet well. Beating one, beating two. Ball slips out. And turnover ball. Minnesota penalty. Refs calling not releasing. Tritons have a penalty. About 38 out. Looks like Reece Smith wants to have a crack. Reece Smith's going to look to take the points on offer. C3, the water boy for today. Certainly within Reece Smith's range. We'll look to add 3 more. A clean strike by Smith. Looks like it's just wide off to the right across the face of the uprights. Looks like he's getting the re-kick though. Possibly because of a noise that Minnesota made. That's usually the cause. Or even too much abrupt movement. But I think it's because of noise. Can't be sure. Reece Smith will have a second chance to redeem himself. About 38, maybe 40 out with the angle. Another marvelous strike from Reece Smith. Straight through the middle this time. Can't fault him twice in a row. Great hit there by the youngster. Bob. Okay? Ankle. The girls might come down. Hey? Yeah. Yeah. We've got about 10 minutes left of the first half. Michael Carnes takes the kick on the run, running hard at the defence. Breaks one tackle and the ball slips loose. Failed to hold on to it there. Hard runner is young Michael Carnes and always busy on defence. Dakota Southworth running hard at the D again. Minnesota quick at the breakdown. Liam Jason looking to feed. Philip Woodhouse once again giving it off to Vians Vano out the back. Vano with the feet. Jaden Williams running hard on the far side wing. Liam Jason will bring it back this way. Philip Woodhouse again. Busy today, the young man. Hailing all the way from Zimbabwe. Jason to Tupuala. Tupuala feeds to Smith. Smith out to Gole. Gole losing his footing a little bit, but looking good. Stiff arming one. Vano feeds to Smith. Minnesota had his arm around the neck a little bit. Looks slightly high, but ref doesn't call anything. Smith feeds out to Tupuala. Once again carrying hard. Good chop, leg chop tackle from Minnesota. Elijah Hayes once again taking a few to get him down. Reece Smith will look for the back right corner. Hoofs it with a bit of height on it. It'll have snore on it when it comes down. Minnesota 15 looking for options and finds his inside centre, who looks like he's getting carried backwards, manages to hold on to it well. Johnson steals! Johnson cut short. Denied the 5-pointer by Minnesota. Ref calls a knock on Minnesota. Tritons feed at the scrum. Johnson off for Denny on a blood substitution. That call is made when there's any blood visible on the player's team. He's allowed to go off temporarily and come back once it's cleared out. So Denny will scrum down at 8th man wearing the number 19 jersey. Johnson, keep it up, my mate. Keep fucking going, my mate. Liam Jason gets a lot of pressure from Minnesota at the back. Reece Smith carrying hard at the Minnesota line. Michael Carnes, pick and go from the back of the ruck. Cricket Gole attacking the line hard. Looks like the ball's come loose. It's a scrappy ball. Ref calls for a Tritons penalty. Liam Jason feeds to Reece Smith. Reece Smith playing Craig Gole. Craig Gole on the hard line. On a short board of Jans Varno. Tried to get the offload away to Vantagiado. Just couldn't hold on there. Knock on Tritons. Minnesota feed at the scrum. Minnesota with the feet at the scrum. They'll look to exit cleanly here. Get out of their red zone. Minnesota have packed numbers at the ruck. Knock on by Minnesota. Great pressure there from the Tritons. It looks like it'll be the Tritons' feet at the scrum. About 10 meters out from the line. Interesting to see how they utilize this. Alec Johnson's back in the field from his blood bin replacement. Josh Denny's off. Quick stint on, but I'm sure we'll see him later. Good scrum there by the Tritons. Liam Jason feeds to Reece Smith. Reece Smith gives the dummy to Greg Gole. Hits 13 on the hard line. Vano. Good counter ruck from Minnesota, but Tritons managed to hold on. Carnes fills in at 9. Greg Gole out to Tony Robinson, who lets it go. Rushing it wide a little bit there. Minnesota looking to play with their forwards. Off of 9. It's called a knock on there. Ref refuses to play advantage. Minnesota feed at the scrum. Should be closing minutes of the half now. Minnesota will look to try and get some points on the board before that happens. Before halftime. Minnesota with the feed. Plays the flower. Flower feeds 12. 12 looks to go wide to 13. 13's got hands. Opts to go for the 15, who's been very dangerous today. Makes a little line break. Good cover defense from Tritons. And they knock it on the wing there. One more pass would have done it for them perhaps. Just couldn't hang on to it. A nice little run from deep in their red zone there by Minnesota. But the Tritons are still in their half and they have the feed at the scrum. Let's see what Reece Smith has in store for the back line here. Once again, Triton's set piece has been looking pretty good at the scrum. Jake Mizell works with the pack frequently, loves his set piece, and they've been looking good. The forwards coach, Jake Mizell. Liam Jason feeds to Reese Smith, and Reese Smith giving Greg Gorley a chance to run with a bit of space and time. Loose ball there. Minnesota disruptive at the breakdown. Minnesota's got the penalty. Good pressure there from Minnesota. Titans need to look to support their one-off runners. Get some help with the breakdown. Minnesota finds touch on about the halfway line. Minnesota to feed the line out. Minnesota manages to regain possession at that line out. Very scrappy, but managed to hold on to it. Minnesota opts to go wide. They fly off with a nice wide ball to 12. Box kick from the Minnesota scrum off. Malachi Ventagiato taking it deep. Minnesota had advantage, so opted for a tactical kick. Didn't come off, so he'll come back for the scrum. It's going to be a substitution here for the Tritons. Andrew Harada coming on for Elijah Hayes, who has had a huge game. Constantly breaking the line. Listen to the applause he gets from the crowd. Plenty of Triton Nation here. Great effort there from Elijah Hayes. Minnesota feeds. They fly off. Hits 12 early. 12 wrapping around 13, looking for the ball again. Really looking for work in this game. They're 12. Hard runner. Very explosive. Titans look to use their forwards off 9. Minnesota, excuse me. Gregor Gorley looking to steal. Ref calls release. Big hit there from Philip Woodhouse. Back on his feet quickly, back in the game. Knock on there by Minnesota. Great pressure applied there from the Tritons. Philip Woodhouse with a huge hit.
Bryce. It's
Last movement here. Titans want to make use of their last set piece. Going to half time on the up. Liam Jason. Good pressure applied there by the Minnesota 9, but it's called offside. Nice offload there from Reese Smith to Michael Carnes. Carnes carrying hard. Taking 3 to get him down. Nudgy little play, old Carnesy. Penalty, diving over called by the ref. Penalty to Minnesota. Middle of the pitch. Minnesota will up to tap and go. They're looking to go wide. They're 15 once again. The explosive runner into contact hard. Minnesota using their forwards well. Good line speed there by Iowa Central. Meeting them before the advantage line. Iowa Central's line speed has been impressive today. Penalty for Minnesota, and they're up to go quick again. Nippy little scrum off. Looking to break away. Feeds it to 15. Manages to regain control of it. Minnesota hit back hard by Garrett Sanders Crook. He's been dangerous today. Inside centre, feeds to 13. 13 with an inside step. Looking good with a little offload to 11. Woodhouse looking for the steal. Can't quite get there in time. Diving over Minnesota. Titans managed to regain possession. Philip Woodhouse having a cracking game today. Reece Smith reckons that's enough. Let's head into the shed for half time. What's the score? Titans go into the shed at half time with a lead of 15 points to 0. No, it's half time.
But you're not gonna do any catch and plays?
No. Did you stop it?
You don't stop it.
You leave it running at half time? Early.
That way coach has just one video to review, not two.
Yeah. Oh, we're only 15 now out there.
Feels like more. Oh, my back. Oh. No, I don't. Why you throw it low? No, you do that on purpose. They call me sweet. You wanna know why? No, I don't.
No, we don't.
No, why?
Because all you eat is sweet.
Because I'm sweet with it.
Because you eat a lot of donuts. Because you eat a lot of donuts.
Look who's talking.
Dude, he eats a lot of bananas.
Yeah, I eat bananas.
You've been eating bananas like crazy.
Donuts.
Slept in a swamp. We didn't care. Like 19 years old.
Whoa, hey, hold on. Did he break your biscuits?
But the authority
Right. Right.
the 7th floor. So it would have been more
Oh yeah. Oh, it's huge. I think they got what? You usually find like 3 guys from North Dakota who are like, hey, he needs a couple. Then you're playing against him the next game.
I'm like, geez, bro, not in public time.
We took a guy out there, so that was when I was.
Give your shirt off.
And there was a guy that was walking on campus. We were on our way out like on Friday night. He said, hey, you want to come with us to a rugby tournament? We're short on guys. He was like, I don't know how to play. You got cleats? Yeah? We'll get you shorts. Does it cost anything? Nope, we got you covered. Is there booze there? Yep, we got you covered there too. Sure. It's his first experience.
Really?
Suckers in, a rod is in.
And we are back for the second half. A few substitutions have been made. Gus Sokol is in at wing. Because Malachi Vantagiato is off. The Italian stallion. Looks like Vians Vano has gone to 15. In place of Vantagiato. Jaden Williams possibly moving to 13, or Gus Sokol could be at 13. Jaden staying on the wing. We'll find out very soon. Other than that, I think that's the only one. Vantagiato off for Sokol. Vano to 15. Either Gus or Jaden's on the wing. We'll find out shortly. In for an exciting second half of rugby. High hanging kick by Reese Smith. And the Minnesota 15 under it again. And a dangerous offload. Minnesota's gone wide and making meters on the outline. Running with loads of intent, this Minnesota team. They'll look to use their forwards once again. Good line speed there from Philip Woodhouse. Meeting the man behind the advantage line. Iowa Central really fronting up on defense today. Lovely to see. Turnover ball. Iowa Central forcing the turnover. Reese Smith will look to go for the line. We've got Iowa Central's B-side playing Minnesota's B-side after this game. That kicks off at 3 o'clock. Reese Smith finds touch at about the 40 on the 10. Southworth's been a dangerous option in the line-out time. And off ruckball, has been very effective at the line. Broken the advantage line several times. As I said earlier, skew throw by Garrett Sanders Crook. Won't be happy with that. Minnesota will opt to have the scrum on the 10. Minnesota feeds at the scrum. Get it out to the fly off. Feeds. Behind 12's back to 13. The Minnesota 15 at it again. Running hard. Running the team today. The fullback. Very good player. Minnesota's got clean ball. Scrum half searching for it. Looks to hit the lock. Who carries hard and strong. Iowa Central looking to disrupt the breakdown. 12 running hard again, looking for an offload on the inside, but it's a scrappy ball and it looks like it was knocked on. Yes, it was. Iowa Central scrum on their own 10. Gus Sokol be looking to get heavily involved here. Looking to get in the game very quickly. As you can see, he's got blocks strapped around his legs because, quite frankly, he could jump in the lineouts as well. Shifty between 8 and centre. Today he'll be at 13. They'll use the 8-man pick. Dakota Southworth, it looks like. Sorry, Alec Johnson. Turnover ball by Minnesota. They'll look to go wide. Uses the handoff. Offload going to no one. High press by Vian Svano and Tony Robinson. Tony Robinson manages to sweep him down. Strong carry there by Minnesota. A scrappy few tackles from Iowa Central. Minnesota feeds wide. Nice inside ball there from the 13 or the 12. My eyesight's not exactly 20/20, so if I'm make a mistake in the Minnesota back line, I'm sorry about that. Gasoko wearing the number 17. Minnesota feed it, scrum, solid hit there by both packs. Yeah, it was Alec Johnson at the back of the scrum earlier.
What's the time?
Minnesota feed at the scrum.
What time you warming up, yeah?
They look to go wide. Minnesota fluff. Hits the 12 short. Wearing the number 21 now. I think their 12's gone off. Minnesota using their forwards again. Met hard by Gregor Gawler and Mikey Carnes. Helping him out. Good double tackle by the boys. Andrew Rada with a leg chop. Getting down. Oh, Iowa Central. Alec Johnson meets him hard. Me, oh my. I enjoy that, yes, boy. Minnesota playing the forward pod short. And there's an injury there from the Minnesota side. The ref would have stopped the clock. Minnesota has been looking very dangerous on the outside. Got a couple of quick backs, namely 12, 13, 15. Very shifty around the outside corners of the field. Offloads. Yeah, I'll get out. Offloads have been looking good from them. Just need to hold the ball, string a few more phases together, and they'll be looking good to go. Looks like Michael Carnes has come. Yes, we've got an unofficial water break. It's not quite 112 degrees like Durban, chef. We've got the Ask Seth Reed. Can you ask Seth Reed? It's a bit hard to do both. Can you ask Seth Reed?
Where is he?
There. Seth! Camera, please. Excuse me, that's the end of the water break. Minnesota opted to go for the line. They had a penalty. Yep. We've got a substitution here. Not on the field, it's off the field. Seth Reed coming onto the camera. Javier Sanchez subbing out, injured. Just joking, he's got to go warm up for the B team game. Seth Reed, quite an experienced cameraman, got promoted to take on the T this week, is now coming on.
I know what I'm doing.
Seth Reed, as I said, experienced cameraman, now coming on, filling in for Javier Sanchez. Tony Robinson rucking over while cleaning over. Scrappy ball by Minnesota. A huge defensive press by the Titans. Dakota Southworth being a nuisance at breakdown time. Minnesota 15 looking to go wide. Scrappy pass out wide there though. Yes. Yes.
Professional. Gotten paid to do this shit for years.
Not Seth Reed's first time managing the camera. See some quality angles coming in now.
I don't know what the fuck Javi did, dude.
I want to thank Javier again. Splendid job by the young man.
10 minutes in.
I forgot to mention Bryce Barnard doing the stats. He's also up here with us, up in commentary. Also quite a veteran of that job. Experienced. 13 years worth of taking stats.
Injury squad.
Hmm?
The IR squad. Injury reserves.
Yes. The commentary box, aka the injured squad.
I got some field time today. I was proud of myself.
Yeah. Seth Reed, dual threat, takes on tees and manages the camera as well.
What about Bryce? Bryce's stats. Bryce, that's all you do? Just a single threat. Bryce Barnard out here.
Just a pocket passer.
It's kind of a nice view. I ain't gonna lie.
Iowa Central with the feed. Liam Jason feeding in at the scrum, looking for Reese Smith. Minnesota scrum half has been pressuring Liam Jason the whole day at breakdown at the scrum. Tony Robinson on the outside will cut back in. No one in front of him. Denied. Just short of the line. Gus Sokol falls in at 9. Denny carrying hard. Offload to Tupuola. Tupuola carrying hard. Is he over? No. Clean ball there. Liam Jason wants it. The Titans forwards will look to pick and go, I think. Still a little bit short. Inches. Titans looking to heave away at the line. Another pick and go. Good defense here by Minnesota on the line. Reese Smith over the top. Tony Robinson! Great ball out wide from Reese Smith. Architecting the try out wide. Tony Robinson dots down for his second. Minnesota player gave him a little high five there. Bit of respect shown from them. Thank you. But good sportsmanship shown here today from both teams.
Never mind.
So it looks like Malachi Vintagiato has taken over on the tee. And Reese Smith will look to add 2 more. A pretty wide angle. 5 meters out from the touchline. Looks about, call it 30 out with the angle. About 28. Reese Smith taking his time, been kicking well today. Good striker of the ball, head down, follow through. Curls it from right to left very nicely. Just another day in the office. Adds the extra 2. Believe it's 22-0. Yep.
Swagger jog back too.
Andrew Harada is being subbed off for Kyle Banks, and Tuya Tupuala is off for Trey Thompson.
Harada's off.
High contestable kick by Minnesota. Just didn't manage to recover it though. Tritons feed at the scrum.
Jesus. I have to do everything when I get up here. Really?
Tritons feed at the scrum down. Liam Jason with the feed at the scrum. Comes out the back. Jason, again, loads of pressure applied from the Minnesota 9. It's been a nuisance at the back of the scrum for Liam Jason. Doing his job well. Taking advantage of his knowledge of the offside lines. Trying using their forwards to break up the defence a little bit. Liam Jason feeding from the base of the ruck. Reese Smith looks for a little dink through. Finds touch just past the halfway line. Nice little touch from Reese Smith. Didn't have too many options open there. Quick line out thrown by Minnesota there. Minnesota's 15 at it hard. Good sidestep. Looks to feed wide. Would have thought that the Tritons marked that one. Clearly didn't though. And Minnesota taking advantage of that. Reese Smith attempting to make the cover tackle. Just didn't make it though. Minnesota in the corner.
Did he not just call?
Great try. Left corner from Minnesota. Reese Smith making a big effort to make the cover tackle. Just short. I think the Tritons are arguing that he stepped into touch, but the ref is verifying that it was fine, it was good. And a good 2 pass there from Minnesota. Good work from the 15 once again, finding space out wide, making use of his long pass.
He's asking if they touched it. He's asking if they touched it. I gave it to him.
Reese, he does know that someone from the crowd threw that ball in, right?
Did he get
Yeah, no. Grass is blue, sky is green. I love that.
Minnesota kicker didn't manage to get it over. So just a 5-pointer for them for now. And Tritons have possession. Trey Thompson carrying hard around the fringe of the ruck. A nice impact from him.
Go low, Kyle.
Trey Thompson is wearing the number 18. Tritons looking to just use the fringe of the ruck and use forwards to pick and go around the corners. Applying a bit of pressure. Tritons nailing down on it. Liam Jason feeds to Reed Smith. Reed Smith, drop goal. Just wide. think they had advantage though. Tritons had advantage. That's why Reece Smith went for a little drop goal just across the face of the uprights. Reece Smith will dink it into touch. Gives it a hard hoof. Line out 5 meters out.
Where's Malachi at? Derek!
Garrett Sanders Cook to throw in the line out
Can
for
you
the
give it to
Tritons.
Malachi? It's Phillips. It's Phillips.
Garrett Sanders Cook throws to Dakota. Chuck Southworthy. In the middle. Tritons mauling. Liam Jason keeping it at the back. Or Garrett Sanders Cook keeping it at the back. It's a collapse there. Ref doesn't call anything. Josh Denny running hard at the line. Big hit there by Minnesota. Gregor Gourlay looking to do something. Let's go of the ball there. And Minnesota turn it over. Gregor Gourlay just needed to hold on to that a slight second longer. Or give it earlier. Minnesota is just making a quick substitution. Minnesota will look to find touch. And the Minnesota fly half does so on about the halfway line.
The blue and the white lines are really messy. Hey, Damien. You're up here.
Not a straight throw there by Minnesota, so Tritons will opt to have a scrum. About 45 out from the line. Almost the entire forward bench is on the field at the moment. So a relatively new pack. Liam Jason with the feed. The refs not happy with the setup of the scrum. Liam Jason gets it out to Reece Smith. Reece Smith looking for the short ball. Gus Sokol finally getting his hands on the ball. And lifted way off the ground by Minnesota. Penalty immediately. The refs giving the Minnesota players are talking to about that illegal infringement. Reece Smith's going to take the points on offer.
Twenty chase, please.
40 meters out, not a breath of wind at the moment. The sun's actually beaming down quite nicely at the moment. Taking his time, 40 meters out, 39. Reece Smith, head down, follow through. Straight through the middle. 3 points, Reece Smith. That is an educated boot if I've ever seen one. Swag's back. Is that time left? Oh. What is this? Why are you showing me that? Oh, yeah. 25-0. 25-5, excuse me. And just over 15 minutes to go. Yeah.
Not far. Not
The Minnesota kicker not managing to make the required 10 meters off his kickoff. So the Titans will go for the scrum in the middle. A dangerous place for a set piece. Reese! Love it! Liam Jason with the feed at the scrum. Titans with a 3-3 split. Gets taken down by their scrum off again. Been a nuisance, as I've said plenty of times. Holding on, it's a call by the ref. 9 with the quick tap. Dinks it over. Tony Robinson's back. With a bit of space. Likes a bit of room. Bit isolated. Goes down with it though. Titans quickly back. Well supported there. Vians Vino with the show and go from the breakdown. Well picked up by Dakota Southworth. Dakota Southworth with a bit of work to do. Minnesota with the turnover. Titans quickly to react to it though. Gives it to their 8th man to the 15. Running hard at the line as always. Giving it out wide. And the 15 gets a big hit. Good counteract by there by the Titans. Bit of aggressive show. And Jaden Williams eager to get his hands on the ball. Metwal. Gregor Gole. Keen on defense. Trey Thompson doubles with Carl Banks. Minnesota losing the ball. It's a turnover. Titans have it. Jaden Williams carrying hard into contact. And it's a grey. Carl Banks out the back to Josh Denny. Josh Denny looking for space. Carrying hard. Minnesota holding Josh Denny up quite well. And it is a penalty, Minnesota. Ball's not coming out. Good defense there by Minnesota. Minnesota 9 feeds to the 10. The 10 a quick ball out to 12. Who hits 13 on a short line. Great line break by the Minnesota 13. who dots down, tries to get nearer to the posts for the conversion. Try time Minnesota. They've not given up just yet. Just as hungry for rugby as the Tridents are. And a good show of all their efforts today. This game is far from done. Still 12 minutes to go. 25-10 with the kick to come. Wind's starting to pick up again here. Feels like a bit of a southeaster. Did he get it? Did he get the kick?
He's got the tackle. Let's go, guys.
Southwest. Southwest wind.
Southwester.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's definitely coming from the south,
South.
though. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Excuse my French. It was a southwester. Minnesota kicker failing to convert. Add the extra 2. So 25-10. Reece Smith to restart. What's his surname? Does anyone? Oh, it's Samir. Kicked just too much on it. Looked like it was out on the full. Or it could have been touched by Samir. So it looked like it was touched by Samir, so it'll be Minnesota's throw-in. Samir on debut for the Tritons A side today, aka Lamar Jackson. He has a lot to offer. I'm sure he's very excited to get his hands on the ball. Vians Vano using his feet, twinkle toes once again. Liam Jason will look to hit Philip Woodhouse again. Philip Woodhouse hitting the outside shoulder, trying to break the line. Looked for the offload, decided to hold it, rightfully so. Goes down with it, Trident's over. Liam Jason feeding Dakota Southworth, who runs hard at the defensive line. Penalty to the Tritons. Think it's a call for high tackle. Yes, high tackle by Minnesota. What will Reece Smith do? He's going to have a shot. He's going to take the points on offer again. My apologies, Triton Nation. There are 15 minutes left of this game. Still plenty time. Reece Smith sizing up this kick. A great nudge. Looked like it went over the post, and over the post is in. Perhaps right to left curl. Over the post is in. Great kick by Reece Smith. Splendid goal kicker. But over the pole's in.
Blue ball all day. Blue ball.
That's the only way I can follow.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
I was waiting for the kick off.
You were telling me what
Yeah. I'll keep at it. So Minnesota with the restart. They look to go deep. Garrett Sanders crooks under it. Holds it. Gives the show and go. The dummy out to Liam Jason and holds it. Garrett Sanders Crook going down with it. Liam Jason will feed to Kyle Banks, carrying hard on the outside shoulder. Knocks it on though, lets it go. Another error by the Tritons. Minnesota quick to the breakdown, and then 9 will feed to the fluff. Gets it out to the 12. Gives it a little shimmy and an inside step. But met by a hard Triton defense. And the ref will come back for the knock on earlier by Kyle Banks. Minnesota, of course, had advantage. Sam Tribe. Another player on debut today for the Tritons. Will be scrumming down at prop. Hailing all the way from England. Samuel Tribe. Mention. It is good to see him there. And I'm sure he's hungry for some work. And I'm sure he's ecstatic to be coming on for a scrum. A big hit there by the Tritons. And a huge impact. Great push there by the Tritons. But Minnesota goes wide. There, Twinkle Toes dancing 15 has a go again. It's been a threat to the Tritons defense the whole game. Minnesota using the forwards again, bashing it up the middle. Sam Tribe, first hit of the game, and holding on Minnesota. Penalty for the Tritons. Good defense by Iowa Central. Reese Smith will hit the line. Finds touch a good while away. Sam Tribe is wearing the number 25 jersey today.
See here, coach. We call that a nudge.
A nudge. Garrett Sanders Crook, great throw in there. Dakota Southworth off the top to Liam Jason. Gives it to Alec Johnson. Beard! Johnson going down with it. Jason to Smith. Smith looked long. Overcooked it a little bit there. Passing into touch, was looking for Samir on the outside. Had a little bit of space in front of him. Right option there by Smith.
All of our subs in? Yeah.
Minnesota winning their own line out. Their Flav picking it up while... No, it was a knock on. Just couldn't manage to hold on to it. Liv Jason with the feed at the scrum. Tritons in a very attacking position. Tony running on hard. Vian Svana holds it with the show and go. Razzle dazzle. Finally with a space. Dots down. Vian Svana has got some quick feet on him. Happy feet, if you will. Great try there by the youngster.
Oh, the youngster.
Literally a year older than me.
What's the score now, Brycey?
It is now 33-10.
33-10?
If we convert, this is going to be 35.
Reese Smith to add the extra 2. If he gets it, it'll be 35-10 to the Tritons. starting to get a comfortable lead. Reese Smith adds the extra 2. And that ball is deep into the forest behind the poles. 35-10 Tritons. Minnesota to get us rolling again. Minnesota goes high with it. Philip Woodhouse not managing to hang on to it. Garrett Sanders Crook with a hard carry into contact. Liam Jason will give to Dakota Southworth in the forward pod. Probably leading the pack in carries today. Possibly forward line breaks as well, maybe. And Minnesota not releasing in the tackle. So Iowa Central, Reese Smith probably going to go for touch here. Finds touch. We call that a nudge.
Legend.
Great nudge into touch there by Reese Smith.
Special.
Southwest is starting to pick up a little bit here at the fields.
The wind we're talking about.
Yeah, the wind. And a good line out there by the Tritons. Good throw in from Garrett Sanders Crook. Alec Johnson carrying hard again. Liam Jason hits Smith out the back. Smith with a loopy pass. No one able to grab hold of it. Minnesota looking to play wide.
Attaboy, Bryce.
Penalty Minnesota. And their 15 takes a quick tap, looking to use his feet. The danger man. Reese Smith, turnover. Trucks one, going over the top. Don't argue. Sam time! First touch of the game. Don't believe my eyes. Great carry. Philip Woodhouse with a crisp little ball out to Vano. Vano to Southworth. To Gawler, excuse me. Tony Robertson with a little step inside. How are you? How are you? Goes around the outside. Touches of magic there by the Tritons. Playing some great rugby. Contact continuity's been great. Slow ball there though by the Tritons. Josh Denny carrying hard at the line. Breaking one, breaking two. Minnesota. Looks like the call's coming in from the side, I want to say. Penalty for the Tritons. Maybe 10 out. More, 15. Reese Smith, I think, will dink it into touch. Reese Smith will dink it into touch. Again, into the forest. I don't know. Hit the tree. Came back in.
Off the wall. We're playing off the wall. Still in. Still in.
Tritons will probably look to roll this maul over in the corner. Garrett Sanders Crook. What option will he take? Hits Southworth in the middle. And it is called a skew throw. Minnesota ball. Line out of scrum. They'll up for the scrum. I reckon there's about 1.5 minutes left. Been an extremely entertaining game of rugby to watch. Great attack and defence shown from both sides. Plenty of line breaks, plenty of offloads. Rugby has certainly been the winner today. Powerful urge there from the Tritons. Minnesota still managed to keep it the retained possession, and their fluff gives it the hoof, finds touch, probably about 20 meters out.
Not even. There's the 22 right there.
It's about 2 meters. Maybe just less.
18. Let's go with 18.
Titans with the line out in a very attacking position. Tritons look to go to the middle again. Dakota South with the target again. This could be last movement according to our watchers up here in commentary. And the Tritons are mauling hard. They're rolling. Garrett Sanders Crook's not letting it go. He won't. They managed to lose possession. Minnesota gives it the hoof. Tony Robinson's under it. Robertson uses his feet, dancing a little bit. Loses his footing a little bit though.
That's game.
And that is game. A superb shot here by the Tritons. Minnesota also played extremely well. I want to thank Minnesota for having us down here. Excellent facilities. We've really enjoyed it.
Final score. Just wrap it up.
The final score was 35-10. Up here in commentary from Seth Reed, myself, Javier Sanchez, who left, Bryce Barnard on the stats. We thank you very much. And you stay classy, Minnesota.